long margin, actually. Yeah, a quarter of a second.
It's like about a whole block.
Well, talking of things whizzing around at breakneck speed, Marty Jopson has the story of a hidden tube network inspired by a giant of the industrial age.
Isambard Kingdom Brunel's most iconic feats of engineering are still keeping Britain moving. But when he tried the bold move of using a vacuum tube instead of steam to push passengers along, he came unstuck. In 1847, he built what was grandly called an atmospheric railway, with passenger carriages pushed along by the difference in air pressure inside a pneumatic tube below. This is how Brunel's system worked. You had a pipe with a piston inside it. You pump the air out from one end, atmospheric pressure pushes the piston down the pipe and drags the carriages along. But the problem was, the flap here that sealed the pipe up was made of leather. In winter it cracked, and in summer the rats ate it. The whole thing shut after just a year. But this technology found a new home inside large department stores. Small sealed tubes could carry capsules of cash from the shop floor to a trusted cashier in the cash office, preventing pilfering. By the 1930s, there were thousands of these systems in stores across Britain, and they remained a common sight right into the 1970s. I have a vague recollection of these things when I was a kid, but are they any use today? Jackson's, which opened in 1875, is still serving customers today and has one of the last few working examples of these pneumatic tube systems.
In this building we have a lot of small apartments and stairs, and while we have a couple of tills on the ground floor, most of the building we use this system.
Oh right, so there's no till here, no. But I could still buy. If I gave you, here look, if I gave you that £5 note, could you send that off to the till?
Oh indeed, yeah. So you put it in the canister.
Right. Can I do it?
Oh yeah.
What do I do?
In that, put it in the corner there.
Just pop it in the corner.
Pop in there. Let go.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's on the way to the cash desk now.
The canister carrying the cash whizzes from the shop floor to the cash office upstairs, where the cashier takes the money and sends the receipt and change back along the tube. Oh, he's back! Look at that! Just a little message. And look, and change, and
oh, we don't always get a switch. That depends who you are.
Well, that is a very neat system. Jackson's is closing at the end of the year. Its pneumatic tube system a reminder of an era before the invention of the electronic till. But the till didn't get rid of pneumatic tubes completely. These days, pneumatic tube systems are used in places like hospitals to carry samples around, and in large supermarkets for bulk cash carrying. The point is, they're all around us. We just don't see them anymore. Time for the one show to change that. Here's one we built earlier. For one day only, we thought we would install one of these extraordinary tube systems into a pub to see what fun we can have. Can I get an orange juice and lemonade and a packet of pork scratchings, please? The capsule fits neatly inside the pipe, and a motor at one end sucks out the air, creating a vacuum. The difference in air pressure propels the capsule and my snacks along. I only hope our experiment gives a budding publican the idea to try this on a more permanent basis. Brilliant. Look at that. Drink straight to the table. And a one show first, I think. Pork scratchings delivered by Pneumatic Transport System. Fantastic. This is an amazing machine. Although the service sucked.
Just brilliant. You do, yeah, wow. Hang on, do you have a glass of orange throughout?
Oh, I don't need some more lipstick.
Yeah, your lip is coming off a bit. Hang on, don't worry about it. Leave it with me. Hi Giles, it's Matt here. Can you send through the Azalea Blush, please?
We'll go, Matt, we'll go. Chris now.
Here it comes. Ready, get ready? It's round the corner, into the studio, over the choir. There they are, and round and down. Hooray! Hello, the capsule. And it's there.
That.
Brilliant. Well, John,
Right colour as well.
you are right now.
Giles knows what azalea blush is.
Oh, he knows.
It's very good like that.
But John, you very kindly came here on a bank holiday to put the system in for us. But this is state-of-the-art technology that's kind of all around us and even underneath us at the moment.
Yes, it really has changed a lot, but like the motor car, 100 years later, it still does the same thing. It takes an item from A to B. But the technology has changed and the areas where it's used, especially
So where is it being put in now then?
Hospitals now would be the biggest user worldwide. About 40% of all systems go into hospitals for carrying blood samples and specimens, pharmaceutical items. In fact, Nigel, if you end up in the hospital from your barbecue, your sample would go to the lab at 12 miles an hour.
Nice if you haven't used it at the moment.
Where is the biggest system then where this has been put in the world?
The biggest system that we know of is in Thailand with an aircom system, 110-kilometre network of tubing, serving right through the whole hospital, underground between buildings, and serving 180 different points.
Well, there's 4 people here that are incredibly interested in the system. So how much takeaway? You could do all sorts with it now. Honestly, how much for a system like this? Similar length to what we've just done here around the corner.
The system you have here would cost about $3,000 installed. And if you wanted to do a few loops, you know, so you could see it going through your bedroom a couple of times, you'd add another couple of hundred.
Yeah.
Could we send humans at some point? You're so handy.
In some of the maternity hospitals where we installed it, they were saying, can we put the baby in and send it over? But no, that's not
But
possible
it would
yet.
be perfect for Susie to send you around the world, wouldn't it?
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of tubes for that,
What do
though.
you think of this then? Because you're a gadget girl.
I think it's fantastic. Every home needs one of those. Definitely. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Every hospital anyway.
Any hospital, yeah.
Do you know, I was even talking about like feeding animals because you get a little capsule, a nice little amount there, and you could just put it in straight to the barn, down, drop it in. Honestly.
Yeah, and you could set it so if you were away, you could feed them while you're away.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. Still need somebody to check your animals, of course, because it's very
Excellent.
important.
Should we send the lipstick back then?
Have you used it?
Well, I have, but Giles might need it as well, so here we are. Right. Oh, okay.
So cool, isn't it? Look, I love it. It's so smooth. Back over the choir, around the corner, and into the makeup room.
Brilliant.
Marvellous.
Yeah, what's your favourite gadget of all time then, Susie?